asked Diana before she went to Australia, 2 or 3 days before, because I thought it would be a good idea that, apart from anything else, if she went to Australia, she could then think about it, and if she didn't like the idea, she could say she didn't, or if she did, she could say that.
Have you ever wondered what secrets lie behind the walls of Buckingham Palace? For decades, the British royal family has fascinated the world, a family that appears flawless on the surface, yet is surrounded by whispers, rumors, and untold stories that have never reached the public eye. Among the most intriguing of these stories is one that involves King Charles himself, a private letter, and a claim so shocking that it could change everything we thought we knew about the monarchy. It all begins with a letter, reportedly discovered in private, by King Charles, containing words that allegedly shook him to his core. The letter is said to reveal the existence of a daughter no one outside the royal family has ever known about. According to sources close to the palace, the king was overwhelmed by this revelation. Tears reportedly streamed down his face as he absorbed the full weight of the secret. This private, emotional moment, hidden from the public, hints at a side of King Charles that the world rarely sees: vulnerability, humanity, and the complex burden.
It's bad for your health.
Now, you both like skiing, and yet every year it has become irregular. You don't appear to hit it off exactly eye to eye on the slopes. What is the secret of this?
The revelation immediately raises countless questions. Who is this daughter? Why was she never introduced to the world? How has she remained hidden for so long in a family constantly under scrutiny? If you want to uncover the rest of this story, the secrets, the letters, and mysteries the royal family has never shared, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. The mystery is compounded by the delicate nature of the royal household, a family bound by tradition, ceremony, and a sense of duty that often comes at the expense of personal freedom. To understand the impact of this revelation, we must look back to the life of Princess Diana. Diana Spencer? Princess of Wales, one of the most iconic figures of the 20th century, known for her grace, her compassion, and her ability to connect with the public. Her marriage to King Charles, now King Charles III, was a union that captured the world's attention, yet it was also fraught with tension, personal struggles, and well-documented challenges. Diana's life was marked by moments of profound emotional honesty, and her relationship with Charles, though complex, often strained, played a defining role in shaping the modern monarchy. It is against this backdrop that the story of a hidden daughter becomes even more fascinating. Could this child have been born during a period when the royal family was navigating personal challenges? Some insiders speculate the timing may connect to moments when Charles and Diana were struggling to reconcile their differences, or when private decisions were made behind closed doors. Others believe that the letter may be symbolic, referencing someone who has a familial connection to Charles in ways that are not necessarily biological, perhaps a protege, a ward, or someone who carries the legacy of the family in a personal sense. Regardless of interpretation, the emotional impact on King Charles is reported to have been profound. Sources indicate he spent hours contemplating the letter's contents, reflecting on what it meant for him as a father, as a husband, and as a monarch. The idea of a daughter who has grown up without knowing him touches on themes of regret, responsibility, and the universal human longing to connect with those we love. At the same time, King Charles' current life is anchored by his relationship with Queen Camilla. Camilla, now the Queen Consort, has been a significant figure in his life for decades. Their bond is often described as strong, steady, supportive, the stark contrast to the turbulence of his earlier marriage to Princess Diana. While Diana's legacy remains deeply influential, her memory, her humanitarian work, and her impact on the monarchy, Camilla represents continuity, companionship, and stability in Charles' later years. The revelation of a hidden daughter then becomes a delicate balancing act, navigating personal emotions, the responsibilities of a current marriage, and the public's perception of the royal family. The letter itself is said to contain words that could change how the world perceives King Charles. Insiders claim it read something like this: "Your actions have shaped the family, but there is someone you have never met, someone who carries your blood. She has grown in silence, unaware of her connection." It is time you know the truth. The phrasing of these words conveys not only the existence of a child, but a profound sense of responsibility, consequence, and secrecy. It underscores the weight of hidden truths and the enduring influence of family decisions over time. Speculation about the daughter's identity runs rampant. Some believe she may have been raised quietly, perhaps within proximity to the royal household, shielded from the public eye to protect both her and the family's reputation. Others think she may have grown up entirely separate from royal life, her existence known only to a select few. The intrigue lies in the unknown, in the careful balance of secrecy, loyalty, and discretion that has defined the monarchy for centuries. Adding to the drama is the interplay between King Charles' past and present relationships. His marriage to Princess Diana, once intensely scrutinized by the media, continues to cast a long shadow. Diana's charm, her charisma, her dedication to causes close to her heart, cemented her legacy as the people's princess. The public still feels a deep emotional connection to her. In contrast, Queen Camilla's role has been one of support, partnership, and quiet stability. The revelation of a hidden daughter introduces a new dynamic into this narrative, reminding us that even decades later, the consequences of personal choices and hidden truths can resonate profoundly. The emotional dimension of this story cannot be overstated. Imagine the feelings of the daughter herself, a young woman, or even a teenager, who has grown up unaware of her connection to one of the most famous families in the world. The realization that her father is not only the king, but someone whose life has been the subject of global fascination, is bound to be overwhelming. Questions of identity, belonging, and family inevitably arise. From a historical perspective, revelations like this are not entirely unprecedented. Throughout history, monarchs and nobility have had complex private lives, sometimes including children raised away from the public eye. What makes this story particularly captivating is the combination of modern media scrutiny, public fascination with King Charles, and the enduring legacy of Princess Diana. Together, these elements create a narrative that is deeply personal and globally relevant. The public reaction, should the story be confirmed, is likely to be mixed. Royal watchers are already speculating, debating, theorizing about the implications of a hidden daughter. Some see it as natural, a private matter with profound personal significance. Others view it as a scandal, challenging perceptions of the monarchy and testing the limits of public curiosity and tolerance. At the center of all this is King Charles himself, a man who has carried the weight of public expectation, personal responsibility, and now, potentially, a secret that could reshape his understanding of family. His emotional reaction, reportedly one of tears and contemplation, humanizes him, reminding us that even those in positions of immense power are not immune to the complexities of love, family, and personal history. The story also invites reflection on the broader dynamics of the royal family. How does one balance personal revelations with public duty? How does a king navigate emotions and responsibilities when the eyes of the world are watching? And how do past relationships, like that with Princess Diana, continue to influence decisions and perceptions decades later? These questions add layers of depth to an already compelling narrative, ensuring the story resonates on multiple levels, emotionally, historically, and socially. Speculation continues about how Queen Camilla fits into this complex picture. Her relationship with King Charles is often described as stable, supportive, enduring, providing companionship and partnership in the later stages of his life. Yet, the revelation of a hidden daughter introduces nuances that may affect their dynamic, not sensationally, but in a deeply human way. Balancing past regrets, present responsibilities, and future considerations requires care, discretion, and empathy. Considering the daughter herself, one must imagine the ripple effects of such a revelation. Family connections, public identity, personal confidence, and emotional well-being are all at stake. The daughter may struggle with questions about her place in the royal family, her relationship with her father, and how to navigate a world suddenly
Soon came
taking
to
intense
realise that the
interest in her
person from
life.
whom she had expected
The
reward
emotional
of
stakes
obedience
are
and
enormous,
duty
not
was
just
too
for her,
involved
but
with
for the
his own
family as a
needs to
whole.
recognise hers.
As this story
As a bulimia
unfolds,
sufferer,
the
Diana
implications
did not
extend
admit she
beyond the
had a
personal.
problem. She always
The monarchy
appeared
as an
happy and
institution
spent her
faces challenges in maintaining dignity, relevance, and public image. At the same time, the human side of this story, the emotions, the family
life trying to
dynamics,
help
the
others.
private revelations, reminds us that even those who seem distant, untouchable, or larger than life, are guided by the same human experiences that shape all our lives: love, regret, secrecy, and hope. The story of King Charles' hidden daughter is one of intrigue, emotion, and historical significance. It touches on the legacy of Princess Diana, the enduring partnership with Queen Camilla, and the private struggles that
Yet there
exist
was
behind the
rage beneath
carefully
the sunny
curated
smile
public
and
image
an
of the
anger
monarchy.
which bulimia sufferer's
It is a
image
reminder
gone.
that
She was
behind
now holding an
headlines,
audience with the
ceremonies,
President
and
of
public
Egypt.
scrutiny, the royal family, like any other, experiences real emotions and complex human relations. And here is where you, the viewer, become part of the story. If you want to follow the rest of this tale, the secrets, the letters, and mysteries that the royal family has never shared, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. We are left to ponder, to speculate, and to imagine the future of this story. The hidden
Well,
daughter may one day
I
step
asked
into
her.
the public eye, or she may remain a private, cherished part of the family's history. Either way, the emotional and historical significance of this revelation will be felt for generations, and the story of King Charles' hidden daughter will continue to captivate, intrigue, and inspire curiosity across the world.